Hi everyone, it's Sheila. Welcome back. Today we're going to make envelopes and we're going to make them into little clusters or tuck spots for in your junk journals. So let's get started. I've made a couple or folded up a couple. It's pretty simple. You just glue them together, decorate them however you wish, maybe a little lace. This is just an example. And you just need a little strip of paper, which is what this one has been. Fold it in, fold it up, and there you go. So I've got a bunch of strips over here ready, and we can make a few. I'll show you how to make some with book page or advertisements so that your book pages are going the right way. So to start, turn your paper upside down. You're going to just fold the ends, whichever one you want to be the top or the bottom. So we'll make this the top. So you just fold it into a peak, lining up the bottom pieces to make a peak and press it down. So you get a little pointy peak. And then you're going to fold the bottom up. Now you can make these long and skinny like this one will be. You can make them short. You can make them bigger like these ones. You can do whatever you like. So this one, I would like this beautiful woman to be on the front of my envelope. So I'm going to just turn it up and put it right about there. And then you just have to glue them down. So we'll just glue down the flaps. You don't need a whole lot of glue because they're not going to go anywhere. Just want to keep them down. And then these envelopes obviously are not for putting anything in. So you're just going to glue down the sides roughly. And then glue down the top. And now you've got a cute little envelope that you can decorate. So we'll glue these other ones together that I folded before the video started. And we'll just do them real quick. This one I actually have a double fold in because I had it too long, so I just folded that up. Fold it up. Hopefully I'm still in frame there. And then glue it down. You can put some glue there too if you want. There. And then I like to ink my projects. I like the look of inking. So then I would just ink all along the edges. Oh, and I guess you can ink before you glue. So you can ink along the side here. I'll just quickly pull that up. So you could get the edge of your envelope flap glued or inked. And you don't need to glue or ink the back side because it won't be seen. So on this one, we've already glued it down, so we won't have the flap inked. We can kind of sneak in a little bit. Ink it a little. There. So I'm going to just pause the video. I'll make a few more envelopes with the stuff I have here. This is a really great piece of music paper. It's got some vintage tape on it and everything. So I've coffee dyed it. So I will fold this one up and make it into an envelope. And then a few others that I've made here. This is a paper that Amazon packaging. I just coffee dyed with some stencils. This is a card that I got in the mail. It's very flimsy material, but it's kind of shiny, so we can do that. And then once I get back, we will put them together and I'll show you. Hi everyone, it's Sheila. I'm back. So here's a bunch of little envelopes that I have glued together and inked, and I've got a couple little embellishments here. I'm going to show you how to put together some small clusters, and then I have some bigger ones to show you. I videoed this once already and I didn't like the video, so I had to redo it. So I'll show you those ones in a minute. This one, if you remember from the first or earlier, I did cut it off and made it into a shorter pocket because I didn't like the size of it. So I'm going to just glue these together in a little arrangement, however you like it, to make a little cluster. These are going to be more of a decoration than an actual useful cluster, but I'll show you some ones that I made that are more useful in a minute. So I'm going to glue that on there. I'll put some glue on the top of this one. You don't need, and this is great scrap buster because you don't need much paper. You can make like a cute little pocket out of just a piece of paper about that big. A nice size is about an inch, inch and a quarter by 4 inches, 3.5 inches. That makes a really nice size pocket. Just put this on. I'm not sure which is the right side. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's nice on either side. So I'll just decorate this up a little bit, just showing you some different ideas of things you can use to decorate. These little embellishments I bought at Dollarama. This little book here has all kinds of little die cuts. These are from another thing I bought from, I can't remember where I got them, but these are nice little sturdier die cuts. This one here, it's not super flimsy, which is nice, and it's not a sticker. Sometimes the stickers are very thin and they, you know, you don't get any dimension. This a little hot wax. Whoops, let's get it on straight. And then a little sentiment that says happy memories. And there you go. Cute little cluster for decoration. This one could be a small tuck, I guess. And this one, I always try to do this in odd numbers too, so that you have, it's more aesthetically pleasing, I guess you could say, using odd numbers, and try to offset them a little, go from smaller to larger, or larger to smaller in this case, just to try to give it a bit of pleasing look. I don't know what the right word is. I'm trying to think of. There we go, all glued together. And then on this one, I just have a couple embellishments, a little butterfly and a little label that says, "Be creative." Again, you can put whatever you like on, however many of them you like. You could put some lace, but there's a lot going on in this one, so I thought maybe just one little butterfly and a label. So there you go. So there's 2 small clusters. Here's another envelope that you can make totally different size, shape, more like a little clutch purse actually. And then I'm just going to glue this little flower embellishment on, kind of like the clasp almost of a purse. And then here's some just single pockets that you could do. This is when I showed you the paper in the first part of the video. So I've put it together and decorated it. Here's another one. This is using coffee dyed stenciled paper. This as well, with just a little couple little embellishments. And then here's a bigger cluster that you could use as a tuck spot. And here's a bigger one that you could use as a pocket. And I'll just show you in a journal some sort of how they would look. Try to find a blank page here. Here's one. So the pocket, you could just put it on like this. And then obviously you know how a pocket works, glued here along the bottom and along the side. Then you could use this one as a little tuck, glue here and here, and just, you know, tuck it in like that. These other ones you could just use as, you know, just a decoration. This one you could use it as a little pocket, I guess. Here's the clusters, just a nice decoration for a page in your journal. You could put maybe another little embellishment on there if you wanted. This one could just go up in the corner as, you know, something to look at. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like any of these ideas or which one would be your favorite. Do you like the ones that are more useful or just decoration? Bigger, smaller? This is the music page that made that I showed you before that we made into a pocket. It turned out really cute. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.